So there were leftovers from the Christmas party today, and I got all the vegetables. I knew there was going to be too much. What happened was we did our little kiddies Christmas party from 10 till 12, and then afterwards for the afternoon we just took down all the decorations because we got 2 weeks holiday afterwards. Praise the Lord. And we had some hot pot. And by we, I mean I brought my own food from home. Everyone else pitched in a little bit. And because I'm sort of very controlling of my money, I don't like wasting money and spending it in ways. As in, if we're sharing something with a meal, for me, it can be very testy. That's probably something I need to work on. But I just like controlling of my time, aka money. So everyone pitched in X amount for hot pot, and there was meat thrown in there, so I'm not going to be paying for other people's meat through sharing money. If you're eating with me and you choose to eat some sort of dead animal product meal that contains, either cow pus, animal flesh, fish bones, or animal excretions of any kind, then we're not splitting the bill. Or if we are, making it very, very clear that I'm not paying for the animal part of the meal. Okay, with that out of the way, everyone pitched in and got the hot pot, and there was too many veg, and they don't want to take, people are fussy about the veg they take home. Not so, actually, it's pretty good here in Hong Kong, and what I've seen in China as well. People will bring, if they don't bring Tupperware, there's a lot of plastic bags that they use, but if they do bring Tupperware, that's great. They go to a restaurant and they take the food home, which is a fantastic thing. Waste not, want not. Let that be your mantra. It certainly is mine. So there was some tofu skin, which is pretty fried and oily, that I got to eat. There's a lot of lettuce, and I'll get onto that later, some mushrooms and carrots, which I took home in an enormous plastic bag. And there's also a lot of coconut water with cocoa powder flavour. So it's just coconut water, coconut sugar, coconut cream, and cocoa powder. It's pretty just sort of sugary, like not massively off the charts, but it's like a half of a soft drink or something per 300 mils. And I had 15, maybe let's say 12 to 15, I lost count, of those. So my tummy is feeling interesting. I wonder how much weight I put on. I'm a week out from my first race in 6 years, and I want to do well in it. So perhaps today wasn't the best move. A bit undisciplined, but it could have been a worse binge in terms of if you're just having liquids and you're not really eating a lot of fatty animal foods, you'd be surprised how much you can get away with in terms of not putting on weight or fat. The fat you eat is the fat you wear. John McDougall, The Start Solution, or The Healthiest Diet on the Planet. Look it up. I had 15, probably 3 litres of coconut water or more. And that was delish. And there's more to come. Because it's about to expire. So they're just going to give it to me. Which is one of the perks of the job. There was a lot of lettuce left over. And the ability... You would be surprised. People think if I just ate lettuce, I wouldn't feel full. If you eat enough lettuce, you will feel full. And when it comes to the stomach and stretch receptors and caloric density receptors, the stomach feels very full if you eat foods that are often nutrient dense but calorically dilute. So let's say leafy greens, working up from that, like cruciferous vegetables, I think they're called, starchy vegetables up from that, and, the legumes and stuff like that are also included. If you're eating a lot of those foods, your stomach is going to feel full before you eat more calories than you require. Again, it comes back to there's a bloke in Australia, Andrew Taylor, eating potatoes for the whole year, people think, okay, he's just eating potatoes. Potatoes are carbs. First of all, where do you get your X, Y, Z from? Secondly, you're going to get fat from the carbs. But quite the opposite has happened. He has lost a large chunk of weight in a very healthy manner, in that his blood tests are improving massively. Each time he gets them done, they're getting better. You can choose to believe him or not, but I definitely choose to believe him because he's promoting a good cause, an ethical cause, and he's documenting it, so why not? You can eat a lot of food and not get fat and be satisfied, and it's a win-win-win, really. It's a win for your body, it's a win for the environment, it's a win for the animals, the other animals that we live with. Back onto the stomach, though. If you have 2,000 calories of oil, I'm not exactly sure what that is in mils, probably somewhere around 300 mils or something like that, maybe a bit less. That does not fill up the stomach. You'll be feeling a little bit yucky, as you do after eating some sort of rich dessert. You'll be feeling yucky, and that's it's a lot of hormones and sensors in the body, but partially due to the caloric density receptors in the gut signaling to the brain that you've got enough calories, and just can make you feel a bit yucky, not wanting to eat more. So these get triggered a little bit. But if you eat a kilogram of lettuce, I don't know how many calories that is, but it's going to be less than your normal meal probably. And it's going to fill you up more than the normal meal. You may not be able to eat a kilogram of lettuce. And if you do that for enough meals throughout the day and the year, then you're going to be eating less. And for almost everyone out there, eating less is better. If you're listening to this and you're not underweight, and it's within reason, if you're consuming a lower amount of calories, that will be better for your health. Food is not something that it sort of wears out the body. The more you eat, and also if you exercise to extremes, it wears out the body. The body's not actually liking it. So binges are not good for the body, and you're not offsetting it by purging it, okay? It needs a consistent sort of, say, 2,000 calorie intake a day for a human male that is inactive. I think that honestly is pretty close. On average, it varies from person to person. But a lot of tests have been done in animals, which I don't agree with, but the data's there. So when you starve mice, they live longer. Or when you calorie restrict slightly, they live longer. There's a BBC documentary, Eat, Fast and Live Longer. It was very interesting. I think it's pretty well researched, and the facts are pretty solid. And there was a guy in it who ate a lot of fruits and vegetables, and he was given a little bit of airtime, but it wasn't really pushed. In the end, it was sort of the intermediate fasting and the 5-2 diet was sort of the way that this guy, Michael Mosley, the documentary presenter, found he would, continue that in his life, pushing forward, trying to drop his shitty blood work, even though he looks like a normal person. When you eat a Western diet, a diet high in animal products, you can look healthy, but your bloods can lie. Or your bloods won't lie. You look healthy, but you're fast tracking yourself to diabetes and a lot of the chronic diseases people die of in the West. If you simply eat more fruits and vegetables, you're going to fill up your stomach and you're going to feel full. You're going to be getting everything. Take a B12. Get your blood tests done. Get them done. If you haven't done them now, do them now. And then if you're feeling good, you don't need them done for a while. And that's a pretty simple way to go about it. Oscar's Powerplant Fitness recommendation for ideal health in a broad sense for the average person. Get outside for half an hour a day in the morning. get enough sun during the day, eat fruits and vegetables until you feel full, go to bed with enough sleep at night, maybe do some exercise in the evening as well. Moderate, doesn't have to be hard, although maybe once or twice a week it can be, and that might be a good thing. And if you're sleeping enough, you feel refreshed in the morning, and you're not needing an alarm to wake up, and you're not going to bed too late. That's pretty much it. Drinking enough water. Happy days. Catch ya.